Holy cow, and we're live. We are live, my friends. This is my first Bowman Legacies live stream. I've never done this before on YouTube, but I figured, hey, guess what? This is a perfect time to do it and give it a try. And it always looks like, I guess I must carry my head crooked because I'm looking at myself. That's not healthy. Um, hey, listen, I love you. I just want you to know I love you. Wherever you're at, wherever you're watching this, I love you and be encouraged. Look, right now we have a lot of dark times. There's a lot of dark times ahead of us. There is everywhere we look, from Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, there are all kinds, and I mean all kinds of discouraging things to look at and watch. But remember, you gravitate towards whatever you focus on. You gravitate towards whatever you focus on. So, man, start filling yourself with good content to encourage yourself. I'm not saying be blind to everything that's going on. Like, I tell my clients this all the time. I'm not telling you to look down and go, oh, there's a pit bull on me, but the stars are aligned and everything is wonderful. And this pit bull is over there chewing on your leg. No. And I'm not telling you to ignore it. Sorry, my phone's going crazy. I'm not telling you to ignore it. I'm not telling you to look the other way. I'm not telling you not to pay attention to the pit bull. No, we want to be cognizant of the pit bull. We want to take care of it. And hey, we want the kind of wisdom to where we don't ever make sure that leg gets in his mouth in the first place. But there's still encouragement to be had. And I'm going to tell you, all this discouragement is something that can leak into your marriage. It can leak into your parenthood. It can leak into your business. With all this madness that we see in the world today, as we continue to focus on it, it drowns us out, and it drowns out that spark and that light within us. You see, it's our job to do that. It's our job to fill ourselves full of light. For me, it's through prayer. It's through my faith. For you, it might be something else. But man, the more we focus on good things, the more we focus on gleaning wisdom, the more we focus on pouring into us light, the more we can navigate these really difficult and interesting times. And I'm going to say this too: with all these poles pulling at us, they all want to think for us. But we need to be thinking for ourselves. And that's when we need to question our own thoughts. That's when we need to question, hey, what information am I gaining? Hey, do I have the full picture here? And hey, am I ushering peace or panic into my life and to the lives of those that I hang out with? Even when you post, are you ushering in peace or panic? Are you ushering in truth or something you just posted because it adheres to your side of the belief system? Because that's those two opposite poles. That helps no one. You're not helping anyone when you're doing that. We want to be people of wisdom, and wisdom should be cherished more than anything in this world. And I'm going to tell you, I have been a very violent person. I've been a very reactionary person. I've been a very hateful and bigoted person. And the more that I ushered in peace into my life, the more that I started to try to focus on what's positive. Every time I try to focus on bringing the best of me into a situation, the more I thought for myself, the more often the situation turned out good for me. The more often that other people benefited from my decision and even my words. So, guys, focus on the positive and know, like, if you haven't heard it this week, I love you. And I can say that even though I don't know you, because if the good Lord can love this guy, I most surely can love you. Be encouraged this week. Be encouraged. Put a smile on your face. For me, that's something that, as I twist my mustache, yeah, um, that is something that was always hard for me. Right. I had what my wife called resting bitch face. And everyone always thinks I'm angry all the time because I furrow the brow. But what I found is when I just stretch a smile on my face, even in the hardest of times, man, life gets better for me. Life gets better for me. It's easier to navigate, and I'm able to somehow, that smile stretch across my face allows me to give a good perspective on what's going on, and it lightens up my heart and my spirit. It's these simple things. It doesn't have to be those things that you buy that grab dopamine, or scrolling on this stupid thing that gives you dopamine. It's these things aren't going to make you happy. Drugs, you can have all the drugs and sex and money and everything in the world, and that does not usher in happiness. It doesn't change anything. What changes things is you looking within, loving you right where you're at, and growing each and every day. growing just a little, even if it's a hair width at the end of the year, you've you've gone further than what you ever thought. Look, I'm going to be more open on this channel about my health and the health problems that I have encountered. And I've got to tell you, they've been very challenging. And each day there's a overriding pessimistic, hateful part of me that seriously wanted to just die. I'm just going to be honest. But every day, even in my weakness, I had to speak over myself. I had to speak over myself. At BowmanLegacies.com, we have a system for that. It's called Reprogramming Your Pre-Programming. Go check it out. But I had to speak over myself. I had to speak to that negative voice. And there were days where I couldn't even get off the couch because I just didn't have the strength. And I remember one day I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And there was no one in the house that could help me. I was left alone on the couch. I couldn't move. I was so tired. I was in so much pain. And I didn't have the strength to get up. And I tried so many times and I couldn't. The top parts of my legs from my knees up just didn't have that get up and go, that strength. And I couldn't get on the ground because if I got on the ground, I couldn't get back up. I knew I didn't have the strength to do that. And it was very, 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 oh, so very painful to push, or because all my joints were so inflamed that it was just unbelievable. And I'll never forget, just something just came out of my mouth. And I just all of a sudden said, I am strong. I am strong. And at first it came out in a little voice, more like, I am strong. And I kept saying it louder and louder. And I began to cry because I knew I wasn't strong, guys. I knew that and I had lifted weights for a long time in my life, and it was always a part of my life. I always was a stronger built guy, and I lost all that. I lost over 25% of my muscle mass in just a couple of weeks. The thing that hit me just ate my muscles. And it was very brutal. But I had to just say, I am strong. I had to just go, I am strong. And every time I said, I am strong, man, I would try to get up again. And I'm telling you, I was alone in the house and I had to go to the bathroom. So finally, I just started screaming, I am strong. And I started feeling myself with positivity and hope. And I stood up. And one step at a time, even though it was painful, I got to the bathroom and didn't have an accident, which is good, right? No one wants that to happen. And I know that's a lot. That's kind of a vulnerable story to tell somebody, right? A man doesn't want to say, hey, I almost crapped my pants. No one wants to do that. But I'm doing that for you, to let you know that you are strong. And even though these are dark times, be encouraged, my friend. Be encouraged. Awake that warrior spirit within you. Start working out. And I'm not saying start cracking weights, just rah, 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 I'm not saying that. I'm just saying move your body. Move your body. Stop being so sedimentary all the time. Hey, look, if you're going to Netflix or you're going to binge watch television for 4 hours, hey, cut it down to 3. And for that 1 hour, move your body, move your mind. In other words, stop just being a consumer of facts instead of being a seeker of truth. Start being a seeker of truth. And start filling yourself with encouragement. Start filling yourself with wisdom. I'm going to tell you, in every situation where I've sought wisdom first instead of running my fat mouth, those situations always went for the better. It may not have went exactly like I wanted it to, but it was so much better for me to just not only seek wisdom, but speak wisdom. Did you hear that? Not just seek wisdom, but to speak wisdom. And I'm going to leave you with this. There's an old saying that's thousands of years old. It's ancient because ancient people weren't stupid. They're just like us. They struggle with the same things that we do. And that is this: life and death rest in the tongue, my friends. Life and death rest in the tongue. You can speak life into a situation or death. So ask yourself, are you constantly negative? Or can you start bringing something positive forward and seeking that positive path? And it isn't just positive thinking. No, positive thinking in this way, where you're trying to speak life into situations, it gives you a superpower. So when the proverbial crap hits the fan, and it will, you're always looking for the wise way through it, or around it altogether to avoid it. And my friends, that is one of the greatest answers ever. Miyamoto Musashi, one of the greatest samurais ever, it said, it's not about winning all the time, it's knowing when to fight and when not to. That's wisdom, my friends. That's wisdom. And right now, the social media everywhere, they're just trying to fever pitch us to hate each other and to be reactionary and add to the madness. Instead of adding to the madness, start loving yourself right where you are. Start loving others right where they are, and start speaking life into the situation in death, and start speaking positive things over you. Seek wisdom above all things, my friends, during this time, because it takes wisdom to navigate through hard and dark times. I love you. Keep going, keep growing, keep building that legacy that will far surpass your legend, and you will inspire others to do the same. And that, my friends, is how we change the world. Love you. I don't know how to get off here. I don't. Love you guys.